So, Captain Marvel versus Captain Marvel.
I mean, speaking of happy, Shazam is a really happy movie.
Shazam's pretty good.
It like I called it. It knew what it was. It knew it
Yes.
was gonna just throw a bunch of dumb shit at the wall and see what landed, and most of it landed. I think. Like they just went for jokes, went for fun. They during like all their press tours talking about how it was a throwback to a bunch of all these like 80s, 90s movies, like Big and Goonies, and like they even had a fucking big reference in the movie when they were dancing on the piano keys.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay, you know what you're doing. Everybody's on the same page, and it worked. I mean, I was happy with it. It's making a shit ton of money, so.
Yeah, that's true. I'm fine with it. It was good. I think easily DC's best movie as far as script, storyline, CGI, and like all around like put together movie.
I mean, like,
Um,
it's this and Wonder Woman are like nailing it.
yeah. Um, it's not my kind of movie, and I'm jaded, but I will admit 100% that it actually was a pretty good movie.
Mm-hmm.
What I think the coolest part for me was like them introducing like the Shazam family, doing a little nod to that, which was like a New 52 storyline that they did.
Or they re-updated it from where it started. Or all of a sudden, Shazam's got kids that he hangs out with now too.
Yeah,
Oh no, here's a story about his family, and
yeah,
it's cool.
yeah. So yeah, I felt like they incorporated everything pretty good. The storyline of the kids and his family was pretty good. It was quite the twist and little shocker, I guess. The little like underlying story about him and his mom. That
That was
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
brutal.
I know.
But I mean, the story needed it.
Yeah.
It was so important to the story. This like desire, because it was all about family. Obviously,
Hmm.
the movie's all different. It's a kids' movie, so it's all
Yeah.
about family. But he needed that because Billy had to choose what family.
Yeah.
He had to understand that family is a choice, not just like blood.
Exactly.
And he learned that the hard way with his mom. I mean, at least she was straight up with him and
Hmm.
was like in the most fucked up a way. It was like,
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it. You landed on your feet, right? You 11-year-old. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
fuck
I know.
you. But he cut it off right there and
Yeah.
was like, I know where my real family is.
Yeah. And I think like for however heart pulling strings, pulling whatever, and like gut wrenching that kind of moment was, um, it was something that was maybe a little bit more like I don't know, close to earth without making someone so like dark and brooding like the obviously typical Batman story.
You don't need to witness your parents getting killed.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, and I think it was a very good and nice telling of a story of yes, someone picking their family through whatever motives and whatever means. Um, but that was definitely a really cool storyline that they didn't even super dive into it. It was just like something that was going along with the whole
Mm-hmm.
storyline. So that was really cool. Um,
This is apparently like like a behind the scenes thing. This is like the first real script this guy wrote who did this. The guy who directed this, he was essentially doing like YouTube videos 6 or 7 years ago. Like that level of like not student film, but like low budget
yeah,
sort of indie at home stuff, and then this blockbuster.
I mean, yeah,
They already started writing the next one. I know The Rock. I still don't know if you watched his post about it,
yeah. He was
but he
like,
did like a whole like 5, 8 minute long thing talking about
mm-hmm.
why Black Adam wasn't in there and what they're doing next, and only the way The Rock can. It was exciting to see him sit on a balcony talk.
right. in Miami.
Exactly.
No,
Hawaii.
was I don't know. Okay, I just know he played football at University of Miami. But
He was visiting family.
okay,
Not that that matters
yeah.
to this conversation at all. Why are we arguing about that?
So yeah, The Rock. I think that was. I wanted to see him portray Black Adam just for like a post credit scene, but I was fine with him not doing it, and I feel like that would have been taking away so much from
Mm-hmm.
the whole Shazam movie. Um, but I am excited to see what happens with that. He was like one of the co-producers and directors on this
Yeah, his
movie.
production company. He was an executive producer on it.
Yeah, so he had a lot riding on this movie itself, and I think as a whole, he and the new guy knocked it out of the park. Zachary Levi was enjoyable as Shazam. I
Mm-hmm.
still think he looked ridiculous in the suit. You could still kind
Everybody,
of tell.
everybody in their suits at the end. It was
Yeah.
just like, I think that was like part of. I don't know if you want to say charm, but the aesthetic of it of like we're kids being superheroes. So like it's the thing your mom gets you for $20 from Target, where it's like the fake padded suit. Like they were just kids playing dress up, having fun. So in that sense, I'm not mad at it as I was earlier, where it's like if you're gonna be a superhero, you have to be ripped. This fake muscle bullshit. Where's John Cena?
That's right. That's true. That's true. Fuck, I hate it. So comparatively, the two movies,
Mm-hmm.
um, it was quite the surprise, I think, for true comic book fans and even kind of the more casual comic book fans who know at least a little bit of the history between the two mainstream comic companies, Marvel and DC. It was quite the surprise and kind of cool and fun to see the banter between the two Shazam, originally being named Captain Marvel, and the Captain Marvel proper, Marvel's property, that both were released within like a month of each other,
Yeah.
right? Um, I don't know if we did a review video on Captain Marvel.
We did in the van.
That's right. New couch. We did do one.
We do a quick rundown of it.
Yeah, that's right. We did. So between the two movies, they're always gonna be like put it up against each other to see which Captain Marvel is
I
better.
mean, them having the same name like makes you forced to do that,
Yeah.
even though that's almost where the comparisons change.
Yeah.
Other than like, I mean, they both can fly
For real,
and
yeah.
are strong, but their stories are so opposite of each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
It's just that they share a name.
Um,
But even still, Shazam got it right, where Captain Marvel comparatively did, because everything we talked about that were like positives
mhm.
were story beats mostly,
Oh,
and
gotcha.
like we talked about the theme of family and all that. What's the theme of Captain Marvel?
Illegal aliens.
But that's not like a personal thing to her. That isn't.
So,
I mean, okay. Even still, I think Shazam was definitely more fun than Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel looked better. There was some CGI gnarliness in this movie, but Captain Marvel, like Marvel Studios, is like the best people under contract for 50 years, I think, and they're never gonna let them go.
I mean, why would you? Disney.
I think Billy Batson and Shazam are more dynamic characters than Carol. Carol is pretty much constant throughout the whole movie. Like she doesn't change. There's not really a big arc for what she does. It's she gets memories, but is still I just want to be a space cop. It's just who I'm
But
protecting.
her arc is that she's someone being withheld from her full potential.
But she doesn't change as a person. Because she, at the beginning of the movie, she just wants to kick ass
Well,
and
of
take
course she
names.
changes up.
And then at the end of the movie, she's still kicking ass and taking names, which is what she still wants to do. It's just who she's kicking changes. How is she different at the beginning as a person than at the end?
Because at the beginning, she's coming across as this, like, the world and the universe is completely black and white. There is no gray. And at the end of the movie, yeah, because it's like the Skrulls were good guys, fucking no matter what, and we need to beat their ass and destroy them.
But we see she doesn't follow the rules at the beginning because she's waking people up early in the morning. She's using her lasers when she's told not to use her lasers. She's not like a completely by the books person. She does what she wants to do.
Yeah, but it's still like
she wants to go into the cave, even though whatever Jude Law is like, no, don't do it, and she wants to be gung ho and go do it at the beginning, and then he eventually has to let her go because she's going to do it anyway. She's the same, yeah. She's like, fuck this, I'm going to go do my own thing.
Well, because at the end, she's like, damn, it's not black and white. There's gray. There's shit that's going on that I'm not being told.
Is it gray, or is it she just thought she was lied to and now she's going after other people? Because if it was gray, there'd be some Skrulls she wasn't a fan of. But instead it's...
Well, I mean, yeah, it was the Skrulls that were shooting at her that she's not a fan of.
She doesn't know that now. She's not. She knows that they're refugees.
I think it's gray.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're being sexist.
I mean, that's my brand. I was wondering if it was going to go that direction first. And I appreciate that you went there, so I could respond. I'm not saying Captain Marvel was a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like, it was a fun ride. I think there was more heart and more dynamic characters in Shazam than Captain Marvel. I mean, in some ways, it's like DC, it's wide open because nothing's worked. You would do anything you want, so like Shazam could like flourish.
That's true.
Where Captain Marvel is like, you have this small window to fit her into, so we can justify her existence in Endgame, and you have to make this thing fit into this spot.
That's true.
But also, you get to film it after everything you filmed in Endgame. So it's like, this is her as a finished hero. Yeah. This is who she is. You then have to get her there by the end of this movie.
That's true.
So it's like, that's a hurdle they had to jump. So I'm sure that was a challenge.
That is true. I get you.
So what do you think? Which one's better? Or not better? Which did you like more?
Yeah. Can I say neither?
I mean, yeah, if you want it.
No, I mean, I liked Captain Marvel. I think I was just whelmed, not over or under. Just like it's just getting me to close by to get to fucking Endgame.
It's like you don't have enough money for like a full 8-ball, but you have enough for like a tiny bit to hold you over until payday.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
That's how drugs work, right? What? I'm looking at an appropriate classic anything show ending.
For real. For real. For a fucking 1 subscriber. And for us to laugh at later. Yep.